Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got back from the theaters after seeing Knock at the Cabin. This is a 2023 film that was directed by M. Night Shyamalan. It's based on a book, though, so I can't really say that it's written by M. Night Shyamalan, although he did adapt it for a screenplay. And I'll be honest, I went into this movie very trepidatious, very nervous, because I saw the trailer, that first trailer, and I thought, wow, this looks intense, this looks gripping, this looks very fascinating on what exactly, that there's a lot more going on with this story and the way how the plot was conveyed to us. And then when you see that it's M. Night Shyamalan's name, anytime that M. Night Shyamalan's name is on the poster or trailer or name at all, it could go one of two ways. It could either be one of the best movies of the year, or it could be a steaming, stinking pile of dog shit. There's almost no in between. I hardly hear people say, "Oh, that M. Night Shyamalan movie, it was okay." Like, it's either I really loved it or what a piece of shit. And it's been so hit or miss, especially lately the last few years. I was done with him by a certain point, and then he finally came back with a couple of decent movies and good movies, and then back to shit, So, god damn it. But alright, so I finally saw it, and I will say, the movie was pretty good. I wasn't blown away, but again, I went in a little on the nervous side, but it's also not bad either. I mean, I think the performances and the acting is some of the best and the biggest strengths of the film. For example, Dave Bautista is great. He is. And I know that Bautista is more known for, well, either being a wrestler or as Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy. And he's even said in interviews that he wants to step away from the comedic stuff. He wants to do more serious, dramatic roles. And if this movie isn't a big indicator that he's capable of delivering on that serious and more drama stuff, him in that small part of Blade Runner 2049 was already enough for me to say that, okay, he can handle that type of material. But to have him throughout an entire film and keep that same seriousness, and even there's moments when, because you know the premise, where this group of 4 people will come to this cabin, tie up this family, and say, hey, you guys have a choice. You have to choose one of you to kill, make this grand sacrifice, or the end of the world will come. And the way how he delivers that, he does sound like he believes this, like he has purpose, and that there's nothing else in the world matters. Deep down, how he really feels about the situation doesn't matter, because he feels like this has to happen. And then throughout the movie, there are certain points where it's not huge, it's very subtle, that he might even question it, or you question whether or not he even truly wants to do this, but he just feels like he has to. Like, that's the subtlety that I appreciated from Bautista. Really, everyone that was in that 4-person group. Rupert Grint, who I'm sure most of us know as Ron Weasley from Harry Potter, he had the same similar thing, but also he had a hint early on of possibly being a homophobe and just really angry and more violent than anyone else. The other 2 actresses, Abby Quinn and Nikki Muka Bird, I thought they did a good job of having flashes of appearing crazy, but then also other times seeming like real people who were just in a fucked up situation. Now, it's the family, the group, the family who are tied up, who are at this cabin, who are in the shittiest spot, in the shittiest situation. Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldridge, they play the gay couple who are pretty much in full control. Even though they're tied up, even though they don't feel in control, they're not in any real danger other than the situation that they are forced upon them. And seeing them debate this, seeing them fight to survive, seeing them trying to figure out whether these people are crazy or whether there's something to this. I found that to be the most tense scenes. I found that to be the most interesting scenes. Because it's M. Night Shyamalan, I guess you could figure that the whole time I'm wondering, all right, where's the twist? What's the twist? And I tried not to think too much about that because given that, well, it was a book, so maybe if M. Night can help himself, he's not going to feel the need to change the ending or do something crazy with it. But also, I think M. Night's strengths aren't that twist stuff. It is more of how he shoots the tensity, how he shoots the scenes that make you feel like you want to just curl up in a ball and not exactly watch what happens. The movie's rated R, but it's almost shocking how much they don't show you too much violence, how they don't in your face say, hey, look at that person get brutalized. It's more implied, and you can almost make an argument that it's better that way, that you can pull back and make our imaginations run wild. The little girl in this movie, Wen, is played by Kristen Q, if I'm pronouncing that right. She was great. I don't know how old she is. In the movie, they say she's turning 8. Even if she's close to being that young, she was amazing. She wasn't annoying. She wasn't your typical, oh, a little girl or a little child actor who has to act or be emotional in certain ways, but it's not believable. No, she was great in every scene that she was in. Even the first scene, when Batista walks up to her outside. Why do you leave your child outside unattended to? I'm not saying you have to be up the kid's ass 24/7, but hell no am I going to let my kid out there by themselves. Either way, it was freaking me out. Just that scene of Batista coming off, I guess, a decent guy, but it was still creepy. Just the way it was shot and the back and forth and how she was nervous, but then tried to open up and then got nervous again. Great back and forth. So I'm going to give Knock at the Cabin a good date movie. Thankfully, M. Night has a decent one this time around. You don't have to worry. I would recommend it. Let me know in the comments below if you are interested in seeing this movie, or if you don't give a shit, maybe you'll watch it when it comes out on home. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!